33. Jackson under pressure, sets up a screen for Justice Hill. Out the 40. Somebody. Turnover. A punt. Step with his goal line. A pocket. And there's that the ball was not recovered in bounds in the end zone. Therefore, it is a safety. The inches from being a Steelers touchdown, instead it's a safety. Shown on the big screen. It's close.
You hear the highlights or lowlights, sadly, as the Baltimore Ravens once again lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers for the 6th time in 7 meetings. It's the Flex On Podcast, only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. You guys know the drill. It's Sunday. Time for the official Baltimore Ravens postgame show. A lot to talk about. Thank you guys for checking in. Hit the like button, vote on the poll, hit that bell. It's the Flex On Podcast, coming to you live right after this. Ravens and Steelers do battle yet again, and unfortunately, what seems to be a trend in the last 7 games, as I mentioned, 6 have been won by the Steelers. I got my boy Big Raj with me here on the Ravens post-game show. Big Raj, what's going on, brother?
What's going on with you, Byron? We got a lot to talk about today, brother. We got a lot to talk about today.
Let's get into it. Ravens lose 17-10. Ravens were up by double digits. Kind of was deja vu, much like we saw again last season. And then we saw the thing we always talk about, Roger, momentum. It seemed like at the end of the first half, the Ravens had an opportunity to get points, elected to go for the 4th down. They don't convert. And then it just seems in the second half, they can't put any points at all on the board. Kind of like we said before we went on air, Can't pinpoint it all on one specific person, player, phase. Just was a terrible all-around game on all three phases. How you feeling after this game, Raj?
Oh man, I'm not even mad, to be honest with you. Usually I would be kind of pissed off after this game. But I'm not. Nothing surprises me when we play the Steelers. Nothing surprises me, man. It was kind of one of those times where it was like it's Steeler week. We're not really, feeling playing the Steelers, and people are like not really hyped up because the Steelers' offense has been kind of dry this whole season. But this is how these games usually go. This is how it usually is every time we play the Steelers. It's always a close game. It comes down to a couple possessions. Somebody's gonna make a big play, or somebody's gonna miss a big play. So this doesn't surprise me. It don't matter who's on the field. If it's the starting quarterback, the backup quarterback, or somebody coming in off the street. Like almost all of these games go down to the final wire, and usually it's because of turnovers or something silly. And today, the Ravens, like they usually do, they play down to that competition, and they did that today. And it was just ugly, man. It was just disgusting.
Raj, you said it. I mean, it's not really one place to really begin. There were turnovers, there were drops, there was miscommunication seems to be the word of the weekend. We've seen with the Orioles yesterday, we see it with the Ravens today. Um, but first and foremost, Raj, we got a lot of guys back from injuries. Humphrey, Bateman, Odell, Stanley, Marcus Williams. But we did have Patrick McCarry, who was the only looks like recipient of an injury today with a chest injury. So we did see your boy Big Lele come in. How you feel about the players who came back today and how they performed? I believe I just saw a tweet. Bateman didn't even speak to reporters after the game. Speaking of drops, Zay Flowers seemed to look like a rookie receiver today. Odell got hurt again, came back. A lot to go with the injuries. Let's start there.
I thought they should have not played. I thought Bateman should have not played. I thought Odell should have not played, and definitely I thought Marlon was a little bit rusty as well. Now, granted, Marlon looked okay most of the game, but you could tell he wasn't right at the end of the game when he got completely destroyed by George Pickens. Um, just ugly, man. Most of the game, Pat McCarry was getting destroyed by T.J. Watt. Hi Smith was killing Monty Stanley. And by the time that second half came, that Steelers D line was just destroying the Ravens offensive line. So I thought that those guys shouldn't have they should have just sat out another week. They should have waited for London because clearly they wasn't right to play this game today. And you know what? Everybody was saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers weren't physical these past couple games after they got smacked around against Houston. They was damn near physical today. Big physical.
Yeah. One of my keys to the game was be the more physical team. It seemed like, as I mentioned in that first half, they were the most physical team. They had Pittsburgh 3 straight possessions, 3 straight punts. Then the Ravens come on the second half, 3 straight possessions, 3 straight punts. We saw the turnovers, as I mentioned. Uh, just the overall, just all 3 phases really just kind of let the Ravens down. Let's start with the offense, Roger. Only scoring 10 points. And I said this about the Orioles yesterday. Only scored 2 points. It's going to be tough. And Lamar Jackson, he's going to get a lot of scrutiny today. He was 22 of 38, 236, 6.2 an attempt, no touchdowns, 1 interception, under pressure all day, was sacked 4 times. What did you think of Lamar's performance today? Let's start with Lamar.
I thought it was I give him a D. I gotta give him a D. Now, granted, it wasn't all his fault, not at all. He can't throw and catch the ball at the same damn time. But I think they had about 8 or 9 drops today on offense as a collective. And you had a touchdown pass to Rashad Bateman right in his hands. So I don't understand. I don't get it. Like some of I thought the play calling was pretty good. It wasn't the play calling itself wasn't bad, but offensively they were offensive. At times they shouldn't have been. And that what really hurt us at the end of the half, not kicking the field goal and having trying to go for it on 4th and 2 which was ridiculously stupid on uh, Harbaugh's part. He should have called a timeout and he kicked the field goal. But they looked out of sync, man. They really did. Odell don't look right. He doesn't. He looks. I hate to say this. He looks washed. He looks washed out there. Um, Rashard Bateman didn't look right. Zay Flowers was dropping balls. Aguilar made some good plays, but he dropped a crucial ball as well. And Andrews played okay, but I think he dropped a touchdown pass as well. So I mean, I mean, last year we complained about Lamar not having any wide receivers go out there and play for him. Now we got everybody back in a big game against Pittsburgh, and they shit the bed. They literally shit the bed, and you can't have that if you're going to be paying all this money on the offensive side. You got to make plays, and they just couldn't get over the hump. They couldn't get out their own way. It was like a repeat of the Colt game when they just moved the ball. They was doing dumb stuff, and they were just looking ridiculously stupid out there. The offense was atrocious, man, and they should have been a lot better today. To be honest with you, if they convert on the first couple of drives for touchdowns, this game is over. This is not even a game. And they just allowed Pittsburgh to continuously stay in the game, stay close. You know, kept putting the ball, stay close. So they was able to do what they always do, which is steal the game. So the offense as a collective was a complete F. Um, like I said, this is not all Lamar Jackson's fault. I'm not completely blaming this all on him. He made some really good throws out there. But when it comes to everybody supposed to doing that part, he just wasn't doing it. And it cost us. It cost us big today. But like I said before, like it just doesn't surprise me at this point. It really doesn't. It's like when you think they're supposed to win, they go out there and they play lackadaisical. They don't come with no fire, no passion. You know you're playing Pittsburgh Steelers. It's like you should know what to expect. They're going to come out and fight you, and they just wasn't prepared for it.
Looking at the rest of the offense, 12 carries, 48 yards for Gus Edwards. Lamar Jackson, 6 for 45. Justice Hill, 7 for 32. They were averaging 5 yards a carry. Kind of wish they might have ran the ball a little bit more. Receiving wise, Zay Flowers, 5 for 73. Couple drops. Even, I think he got tripped up by the turf monster. Would have had probably a touchdown. Mark Andrews, 6 for 65. Aguilar, 4 for 64. As Roger mentioned, he dropped a crucial pass. Odell Beckham, 2 for 13. They tried to go to him after the timeout in the red zone, and they threw a pick. I think that was just a miscommunication once again. Justice Hill, 4 for 13, and Bateman, 1 for 8, including that drop touchdown. And the offensive line, Roger, they got pushed around. Stanley, Makari, Lele just got dominated. And offensively, I mean, they didn't do much at all today. Well, 10 points.
Yeah, it was disgusting, man. It was, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. There's only one game. They got to do a lot better. Down the stretch, they got to do a lot better. John Harbaugh needs to start coaching better to win a lot of these games, man. If you just kick the field goal at the end of the half, you're up by I think 6 points at least, or 10 points or something like that. And if you don't throw a pick in the end zone, that's another 3 points. It's like you got to play smart football. You can't be risking everything, being silly, being stupid. It just doesn't work. So it is what it is, man. It's one game. I did not expect to sweep the Steelers this year. We never do sweep them. I think Lamar Jackson is 1-6 overall against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So until he can get over that hump, it's just going to be continuously being ridiculed and all this other type of stuff. Although today wasn't clearly all of his fault. It's just one of those Pittsburgh and Baltimore Ravens type of games.
Speaking of which, the series overall, since Mike Tomlin has become the coach, 2007, we know Harbaugh started in 2008. The Steelers have 728 points, the Ravens 719. So it's very, very close, the slimmest of margins. Pittsburgh has won 6 out of the last 7 now. And Kenny Pickett, for 2 straight years, has led fourth quarter game-winning drives against the Ravens last year here in Baltimore. and now against Pittsburgh against the Ravens. What's going on with these fumbles, Raj? Lamar had a fumble. Justice Hill had a fumble. I mean, these turnovers, man, it's killing this team.
The turnovers hurt. They hurt, man. Uh, I don't know what to say. It's like every week somebody's fumbling the football. It's either Lamar Jackson or it's or somebody else. Today it was Justice Hill. He had a stupid fumble, and you can't have that. You can't have a fumble. You can't have the fumble rooskies, man. You can't be doing that type of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what you do to correct it. I don't. Every game, like Lamar Jackson has fumbled. But let me correct something. Brian said it was Lamar's 1-3 against the Steelers. Okay, Lamar's 1-3, still below 500.
Still, look, don't make it no better.
It doesn't make it any better. But we're 1-6 as a team against the Steelers. Whatever. Anyway, you can't be fumbling the football. You got to hold on to the football. We know this. That's where the game honestly really, really changed. When Justice Hill fumbled the football, it gave the Steelers a lot of hope, and it gave them more, as you would say, against them. Uncle Mo came out there and was on the Steelers side for most of the game. But you can't be fumbling the football.
Let's get to the defense. Roquan Smith, 11 tackles. Patrick Queen, 7 with a half a sack. Matabike had 5 half a sack. Marcus Williams back today, 5 tackles. Brandon Stevens had 5 tackles. Brent Urban, 4. Marlon Humphrey, 4 tackles. Kyle Hamilton was only 3. He was kind of quiet. Ronald Darby missed a lot of tackles, had 2. Arthur Millette played well. He had a sack. I think he played very, very well. He could be the new nickel corner. And I believe Pickens was 6 for 130 with a touchdown. And Jalen Warren started turning us up, 9 for 40 yards. Kenny Pickett, 18 for 32, 224 with a touchdown. What do you think about the defense today?
I thought they bended, and then at the end, Marlon break them. I thought they were solid for like 3.5 quarters, but there's only so much the defense can do. I can't really put this all on them because they was holding it together as far as trying to keep the Ravens lead. But this is not totally their fault, man. And like I said before, Marlon Humphrey should have waited another week to play. I don't think he was ready. He was limited all week in practice, so I didn't like. I mean, you're going to put him against Pickens and no safety help. That's just bad. That's just a bad call right there. But I thought the defense was okay until the fourth quarter, until they gave it up. But I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. I'm not mad at those guys at all. Like you said, man, Arthur Millette played okay. I thought the pass rush was okay. Pat Queen and Roquan was doing that thing. They stopped the run, so they didn't really hurt us that much during the run. It's just that they just couldn't get over the hump at the end. And when Marlon gave it up, Pickens was he just has something against Marlon, man. I think this is the second or third time that Pickens has burned Marlon Humphrey for at least a touchdown. So the defense was okay, but they broke at the end. And you can't put your defense in that type of situation. You got to make plays.
Let's get to the special teams. And I saw a comment about Harbaugh being a special teams background, a special teams coach, and they are the worst special teams this season, giving up the most return yards. And Tucker made a field goal today, but they didn't trot him out. Jordan Stout thought he was turning the corner. Then we get a block punt. I don't even remember the last time the Ravens allowed a block punt. They get the safety, and that's when I thought, okay, the Ravens could really lose this game. Special teams this year, Raj. People forget about that phase of the game, but it can make or break you, as we saw today, especially in these tough divisional games.
It almost broke us against the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's not forget that when they punted the ball for a touchdown. But yeah, special teams has not been good this year, man. I do like Jordan Stout though. Jordan Stout is solid, but it's not enough. And then Devin Duvernay doesn't give you anything as far as returning the football. So yeah, special teams has been shaky all year. This has been Harbaugh's specialty. Coming from the Philadelphia Eagles, that's where he coached at. As far as special teams, they just got to do better. They got to do a lot better. I understand that, that's I'm saying coach speak, but seriously, They got to do better. You can't. It's like all these mistakes are little mistakes, but they add up. And once you get to this point, it's like you cannot. You got to play mistake-free football, and they continuously shoot themselves in the foot every single time, and it's just uncalled for. It's uncalled for. It's not like they're playing world beater quarterbacks. It's not like you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. T.J. Watt is going to be a Hall of Famer. We all know that. That brother always brings it against the Ravens. But still, it's like you do a lot of things to shoot yourselves in the foot, and that special teams block is one of those things. It's like you can't have that happen.
Had a chance to go 3-0 in the AFC North and 3-0 on the road in the division, with the rest of your divisional games being on home turf. Now 2-1, Raj. Steelers are also 3-2 along with the Ravens, and if the Bengals win today, they'll be 3-2, I believe. In Cleveland, they're 3-2, so it's basically going to be a crowded AFC North. This division is anybody's at this point.
Yeah, it's anybody's at this point. Like I told you before the start of the season, I said I don't know who's going to win the division. I thought it was going to be close, and clearly we're not the team that wants to win the division because we continue to make silly mistakes. So it's going to be the team that doesn't make that many mistakes that's going to win this division this year. I mean, it could be Pittsburgh, it could be Cincinnati, it could be Cleveland, it could be us. It's all going to come down to who's playing the best at the end of the day. And right now, we're just not playing our best football at all, and it's hurting us.
Well, it's that time of year again. The Ravens return to London this coming Sunday, 9:30 a.m., to play the Tennessee Titans, another physical ball club, another game that's probably going to be low scoring. And Raj, they're doing something different this year, I'm sure you're aware of. They're leaving tomorrow night. So they come back tonight, they'll get back tonight, and they will leave to go to London tomorrow. So they'll be in London by Tuesday. Guess to get more time to get adjusted, because we know the ass whooping they took last time against the Jaguars out there. I was there, don't remind me. How do you feel about this game in London, man? Titans and Ravens is always tough. It's basically like another Ravens Steelers type game.
To be honest with you, I'm not feeling good about it. I thought getting a victory here today would be the team would be in a good mood going into London. But you said they're leaving tomorrow night.
Yeah, so the plan is to come back tonight, so they're probably hopping on the plane now. They'll probably get back late tonight, and then they'll leave tomorrow night on the red eye and get there, I guess, Tuesday London time, Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon London time.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about it at all, especially the way they look today. Um, Now, don't get me wrong. The Titans are not world beaters either. I think they lost today too. But yeah, man. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll be motivated to win. They should be after the L they took today. But the Ravens are a roller coaster. You don't know what to expect from them. You really don't. They could go out to London and they could play extremely well and blow out the Titans, or they could play down to that competition like they've been doing and have another close game. Maybe win it, maybe not. I just don't know what to expect from them. I really don't. And if you're going to go out there just to get your ass whipped, you might as well stay here in Maryland and not even show up until like I guess Thursday or Friday in London. But yeah, man, I don't know what to expect from these guys, man. Today was a telling game, to be honest with you, a big telling game. And if you're not going to show up against the divisional opponent, you already know that Derrick Henry and the boys is going to show up. So, but we'll see, man. I mean, they do have a shot to win, of course, if they can clean up a lot of their mistakes and don't play down to that competition. But it's something in here that they gotta correct because they're missing it.
And after they come back from London, they played the Detroit Lions, who are pretty darn good as well, speaking of physical. Um, let's go around the league, Raj. I think we can leave the Ravens where they are. We'll talk about it more on the Flex Zone tomorrow at 10. Make sure you guys tap in. Thursday, the Bears, in the wake of the Dick Puckers passing, 40-20 over the Commanders. First win in 14 games. Justin Fields and DJ Moore looked like we thought they probably would look earlier this season.
Yeah, Justin Fields, man. I might. Well, I always thought Justin Fields was a good quarterback. I still like the situation he's in Chicago, but he played very well. Had another 4 touchdown type of game, and the Bears was leading. They didn't give the game up. So, but I don't know what's going on with Washington though, and these turnovers and the lack of defense. Um, I don't get
Your
it.
boy Magic even called him out after the game.
I mean, they deserved it. They deserved to be criticized. They were awful. So I don't know what's going on with them, man. I don't know what's going on with the Commanders. They should have. I ain't gonna say smoked them, but they should at least won the game. But yeah, man. The Bears are still the Bears, but the Commanders, I don't know what they just Jekyll and Hyde at this point.
How about today? London Jaguars were out there for 2 weeks in a row, and it looks like it paid off for them. Beat the Bills 25-20. I think the Bills had a lot of injuries in this game, so that'll be something to keep an eye on for the rest of the season. But Raj, we were all high on the Jaguars. They started a little slow, but looks like they're figuring out Fabio and the crew.
They're at home. They're at home in London. This is where they do their best work. Is
It's
in
been a great
London.
week for our boy Tony Khan. Great week.
Yes, it has been, man. So I wasn't surprised. I think I picked the Jaguars to win.
You actually
Um,
did. I think you're the only one.
I think I'm the only person that picked the Jaguars to win. This is what they do in London. So no surprise there. I did catch a little bit of the game. I didn't catch most of it, but it doesn't shock me. This is what they do in London. The Jaguars is a good team. Trevor Lawrence is the guy. Um, and like you said, there was a bunch of injuries on Buffalo's side. It could sway things in Miami's favor, but we'll see.
Let's get to the. Dolphins beat the Giants. Are we really surprised there? Dolphins keep rolling, get back on track this week.
I mean, Tua did throw a couple of stupid interceptions. But other than that, yeah, they was rolling. Tyreek Hill is unstoppable. Hey, I got him in fantasy, so I know all those points, baby. Those points is great. But yeah, I mean, the Giants are the Giants. They're not a good team.
Let's keep rolling. Lions. 42-24 over the Panthers. The Bears actually own the Panthers' first round pick, so they could be picking 1 and 2. The Lions, man, they're starting to hit their stride as well. They'll be in Baltimore in 2 weeks.
It's a very, 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 very scary football team. So I hate to say it, but yeah, we see them in 2 weeks. They're playing some of their best football right now, and we're not. I look forward to that matchup. But Mr. Kneecaps is doing some great work.
Falcons actually won a close game, 21-19 over the Texans. This was kind of a toss-up game. I did pick the Texans, but Falcons keeping their head above water in the NFC South. Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan is definitely a beast. Desmond Ritter, he's okay. Like you said, the game could have went back and forth. Could have went either way. But it swung on the Falcons side. So congrats to them.
Good Lord, what are the Patriots doing? Saints demolished them 34-0. Like, they didn't even show up. Never seen a Bill Belichick team play this terrible. Who knows what his future is going to be? The Saints get it done, though.
I think Q was telling me that it's time for Bill to retire. You know what? I agree with him. Bill Belichick needs to go. I think it's over for. I think it's over with for him. The game has been passed him by. He doesn't have the quarterback. He doesn't have the weapons. He doesn't know how to get the weapons. He just continues to, I guess, take these ass whippings almost every week. So I'm not surprised at all with the Patriots. The Saints is a good team. We know they're going to make the playoffs this year. And this just goes to show you, man, that sometimes when you coach it for that long, almost over 20 years, you see almost everything in the NFL. And when you don't adjust or adapt, you continue to keep being stubborn at what you're doing, the game can pass you by. And I think that it's time for old Yeller to be took into the shed. And that's Bill Belichick.
Colts 23-16 over the Titans. Jonathan Taylor is back, but Anthony Richardson hurt again.
He doesn't know how to slide, man. He does not know how to slide. This brother can play his ass off, but he's going to continue to keep getting hurt because he doesn't know how to slide. So, but to be honest with you, the Colts is still a good team, even without him. I think Gardner Minshew should have started the season to begin with anyway. just to let Anthony Richardson look at the speed of the game, get acclimated to it, get some more practice underneath of his belt. Because when you throw him out there, you expect him to do this, that, and the third. And he's still doing some of the same dumb shit that he did in week 2. What do you expect? I expect him to get hurt. So it doesn't surprise me. But with Jonathan Taylor, they didn't need him today. They got to do Moss. Moss was balling today, man. He had to get over 100 yards and like 2 touchdowns or something like that. To be honest with you, Taylor even had to come back. Just get the ball to Moss. He might be the guy. He might be the next dude. But yeah, like you said, Taylor's back. He'll get his carries on. Probably later on down the season because this actually was his first week practicing with the team. So he'll be acclimated in small bits. But Richardson, man, if you listening, man, if you ever listen to this, learn how to slide, bro. Stop taking these ass whoopings. You're not Cam Newton. You're not Lamar Jackson. They're going to hit your ass. So learn how to slide. Learn how to slide.
Let's go to Chiefs Vikings. I guess Taylor Swift is there. I don't really care. In Minnesota, 10-6. Chiefs have the ball driving.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to that game as much. The Chiefs should win, but it wouldn't surprise me if they lose. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Eagles trailing the Rams 14-10. This is going to be a tough game for the Eagles. They could lose. They haven't played their best football, but it's going to be a tight one out in LA. Rams up 14-10 heading into halftime.
Eagles like to flirt with danger. They like to flirt with danger. They've been winning all these games, but they don't look like they did last year. Last year they was more offensively potent than they are this year. But hopefully they get it together. But we'll see, man. The Rams, we already know this is a rebuilding year for them. I don't expect much, but if they win, they win.
Lost K. I mean, Lamar made some plays, but he also did make some plays. It was a tale of 2 halves. First half, he made plays. Second half, and it just was like the whole team didn't show up. Like they stayed in the locker room. Nevertheless, Bengals, Cardinals right now. Another game we're looking at. Cardinals up 14-10, but I think the Bengals have the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, I think they went for it on 4th and goal and didn't get it. But I expect the Bengals to win. We already know how the Cardinals is. They play extremely hard for their coach. So this is not going to be no slouch game. But to Lost K, man, I mean, Lamar is an amazing dude. I'm not being ridiculous. I'm not really blaming this on him either. This is not all Lamar's fault. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, he's just in key situations, he got to do a lot better. I mean, you don't throw that ball to Odell. I'm sorry, you don't. Especially when he hasn't really done nothing the whole game to warrant that. So
they were averaging 5 yards a
man.
carry. I just would have ran the ball. First down, they got 5 yards with Gus. I would have did it again.
You give the ball to Gus Edwards or Justice Hill, one of those two. You give the ball to him. Or Lamar, take it up yourself. I mean, that's what he did the last 4 times. He got 4 touchdowns.
That was the most frustrating thing. You got 4 tries to get 10 yards. You get 5 on the first play, and then you throw the ball. I would have just kept running it, like you said. Anyway, I saved this game for last for the afternoon slate because you got a certain Jets fan next to you, Raj. And I looked at the score. I thought I was watching baseball. It's currently 10-8 Broncos over the Jets. What the hell is going on, man? I know Q is next to you.
Well, Q doesn't think that the Jets are going to win. I told him the Jets is going to win this game. I mean, we already know what the Broncos do. They keep it close. They have these amazing plays. And then all of that, sometimes, well, a lot of the times this year, they lose at the end of the game. But this is a close game. I expected it to be a close game. I didn't think neither team's going to get blown out. But he was over here sweating with his white jacket on. He doesn't have no Jet colors on today. But it's a good game. It's a good game.
The main event tonight, though, man. Cowboys 49ers, a good Sunday night game finally.
Yeah, man. This is going to be a good Sunday night slobber knocker. 49ers have been beating the Cowboys senseless for the last couple of years. I think I picked the 49ers to win, but it wouldn't shock me at all if the Cowboys found a way to win this game. But it's going to be a good game, though, for sure. Just like last week's game was a good game. But I think the 49ers, I think Brock Purdy is that guy, man. I think he really is that guy.
Monday night, Packers go to Vegas to play the Raiders. How you feel about that game?
I don't care. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't care. The Raiders they stink. The Packers they up and down as well. I don't give a damn about this game. The only thing I care about is Love giving me some fantasy points. That's all I care about. You better give me some damn fantasy points. And Devontae Adams, you better give me some goddamn fantasy points as well. That's all I really care about. Whoever wins, they win. But yeah, these are one of the Monday Night Football games that does not really interest me.
That is all the games for the week, as a lot of teams are starting to accumulate buys. Raj, anything else before we get ready to get out of here? I know I'll be back on a little later with the Orioles, who aren't looking too good right now either. Which don't get me started.
Uh, I mean, it's been a pretty sucky weekend. If you're a Baltimore sports fan, because these teams are just not showing up. I'm not sure what Lars K is talking about. What are you talking about? It's a team blame, and wait a minute. It's a team blame that holds on. If he holds that on his shoulders, just learn from his mistakes. I mean, we're not blaming Lamar, Lars K. I mean, this is not all his fault. This is everybody's fault. Everybody gets that blame. Everybody gets that work.
Everybody gets the belt.
Everybody gets the belt, the ass whooping, because they should not.
Speaking of the belt,
yeah, play the belt.
Lost K. This is what everybody needs after this Ravens game, because this is what they need. This is what the Ravens need after this game before they get on that plane to London with sore asses for the next 6 hours on that flight. But yeah, we're not blaming Lamar, even though he should have probably made a couple decisions, but he did have some drops. He had a couple fumbles. He could have stepped up in the pocket. He missed a couple throws. It's like Roger said, it's a team effort on all three phases. They got out coached, they got out hustled, out physical, outplayed. But we appreciate you for being here and for subbing to the channel. We do this every week. We have a podcast Monday night. We talk about NFL, baseball, WWE, basketball, everything. NBA starting soon. You can vent here, man. We appreciate you. And we all picked the 49ers. The Cowboys are going to Cowboy at some point. I do think they're a good team, but I think the 49ers right now, the way they're playing, they won't go undefeated, but I don't see them losing much this year.
I don't either. And Lars K, I appreciate that you sub to the channel. But yeah, man, we like I said, man, we give out equal blame over here. We don't just throw it on one person's shoulders. Because a lot of people like to, get on Lamar. I thought he played well until those drop passes came. Clearly that wasn't his fault. But like I said, it's a team effort, and they got to do better collectively. And John Harbaugh has to coach this game a lot better. He gotta stop being so aggressive. Take the points. Take the shit that's given to you. That's what Mike Tomlin did. He took the points. Take the damn points.
And even getting in Todd Monken's ear, hey, run the damn football. We in a 10-yard line. We getting 5 yards a pop. Don't put the ball in Lamar's hands. Run the damn ball. We got Gus Edwards, got Justice Hill. Lamar's the best running quarterback in the league. Use these guys. Don't do a shovel pass to Andrews. Don't throw a back shoulder to the Odell. Odell, look like Rod said, doesn't look 100%. Lamar doesn't even throw back shoulder fades. So don't do things you're not good at. Do things that got you to the dance. Run the football. The Ravens still have a potent running game. And as you saw in pass protection, the offensive line couldn't hold up. Run blocking, they were good. But pass protection, Stanley, he looks like he ain't healthy. And right tackle has been a turnstile all season.
Yep. So that's what it is. You think Brock Purdy blows it tonight? We'll see. He might. I mean, he could give it up. I mean, he's due for one, but we'll see.
But yeah, Lost K, we appreciate you, man. We do this after every Ravens game. We do previews throughout the week. We do post-game shows. We do the podcast on Monday where we talk about the entire NFL, the big stories in the world of sports. So make sure you hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, and let us know. Vote on the poll and sound off in the comments. And hey, man, if you ever want to come up here and join us, we welcome all. We wouldn't mind having guests on sometimes if you guys want to share your piece and give us a couple minutes of your time. We appreciate you, man. We're nothing without you guys. part of the Flex Zone family. So we appreciate you. Raj, what can they check out on the channel? We got a lot of content that was uploaded yesterday in the past couple of days, and more coming tonight and tomorrow.
Well, it looks like this Orioles postgame show is going to be completely sad, but we got that coming up. So stay tuned for that. We got the Monday show at 10
Oh
o'clock.
my gosh, they just gave up a grand slam. I just saw
Yeah,
it.
I told you they just gave up a grand slam. Yeah,
I can't believe this, man. I turned my camera off. I don't even. This is ridiculous.
it doesn't surprise. It's been that kind of weekend. It is what it is, man. But we got the post-game show for the Orioles coming up. Stay tuned for that. The Monday show at 10 p.m. We'll be recapping the Orioles, the Ravens, and everybody else around the NFL. Stay tuned for that. AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. A pregame show for the Orioles next game, and then we got a pregame for the Ravens for the London game. So just stay tuned. We got more content on the channel. I know Byron's over here very upset. It is what it is, though. We'll get through it,
Yeah, man, it's tough. I don't have any words right now. It's very upsetting. I know Raj wants to get back to watching his football, enjoying his time at B-Dubs. You're at B-Dubs today, right? Shout out to
Yes, sir, man. I got to eat the pain away. Today.
I was just about to say I'm about to do the same after this show. So let me hurry up and get out of here. On Tuesday, also we'll be live. We have Dynamite and NXT and Game 3 of Orioles Rangers. So a lot of content coming live tomorrow, as we mentioned. Live in about probably 2 hours or so for the for the Orioles post-game show. Such a promising weekend going down the drain. Raj, appreciate you as always, brother. Much love to Q, our good friend over there as well. You guys have a good night. I'm sure I'll be talking to you before then, but everybody who watched, appreciate you, Q, man. Go ahead, Q. Go ahead, smile, man. Luke Lazarus, Lost K, Brian, appreciate you guys. Big Red, Fansport, Multimedia. Big Red, get at us, brother. We still trying to get you on the show. Flex Zone Podcast, want to donate. Cash App, Flex Zone 1 on all social media. Twitter, Instagram, and the emails at flexzone@gmail.com. Raj is our social media producer. Big up to him for making these streams. Awesome. Man, for his team as always. He's getting back to him. He's going to eat the pain away. I'm going to eat the pain away. I'll see you later for the Warriors post-game show. Go to Flex Zone Podcast. Peace, everybody. Have a good night.